Hello everybody, this is Jennifer Party from Understanding Energy and jenniferparty.com, and I have never done a walkthrough video, and today I got in a new deck, which as you can see in front of me is the Arcana of Astrology deck. And it says that on the little box. I already took it out of the box, I just received it today. So haven't had a chance to use it really, but it says Arcana of Astrology on the box. And this is the creator, Claire, oh it's not focusing very well, Claire Goodchild, www.blackandthemoon.com. And so this is just the little tuck box that the deck came in. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it yet. It's you know, not a particularly durable box, but it was okay for shipping purposes. This design that you see here is actually the same design that is on the back of the cards. And it's a pretty cool little design because it shows you all the different zodiac signs and then the planets that rule those signs. So Mars rules Aries, Venus rules Taurus, and so on. So if you're trying to learn symbols, that's kind of helpful to know. And so I'm going to do a little walkthrough for you guys, just kind of flip through the cards so you can see them. I should mention that one of the reasons I was motivated to do this flip through is because of the fact that there, as far as I know on YouTube, I haven't seen any other flip throughs for the second edition of Arcana of Astrology. And that's probably because the second edition is extremely new. Like, I just ordered my deck a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I think the new edition might have only been out for a month or two. So, yeah, so now if you're interested in, you know, purchasing the new edition and you want to see all the cards, or if you're just kind of curious what's in the deck, you can see that. It has been expanded with more asteroids, I think, mostly. So little box, I'm going to move that to the side, and I'm just going to flip through and show you guys the cards. So the first several cards are keyword cards. So again, if you're new to astrology, if you're learning astrology, that could be nice and helpful. Just one word keyword cards. This deck does not come with a guidebook, which I think is definitely possible to, of course, work without the guidebook, but you would probably want to look up the meanings of some of these planets. But this is a good way to get started. So you have keyword cards for, these are all the signs, 12 signs of the zodiac, of course. And all of the planets, including Pluto, as well as of the different phases of the moon that are included, and I believe we have 8 phases of the moon. And we have the sun included in that too. And then these are the extra cards, and I believe these are the ones that were just added that make it a second edition. Again with the keywords. Now this deck is very simple in a way. The art is very simply done, but beautiful, evocative. I really felt the impact of the colors as I was flipping through myself. You can see what I mean. Very vivid colors. And we have different colors for each of the signs in each of the planets, as well as the constellation in that circle there. So you could actually use that to help you identify the constellation. So Aries and the Mars type signs seem to have a lot of impact. So you'll notice the colors change according to, maybe you could say, the severity or the intensity of the energy. So this is Aries, and we have this very Mars type deep red, which happens to be one of my favorite colors, deep red. All right. Contrasting with Taurus, I just noticed this color goes with my little background cloth, and I am a Taurus, so that's kind of funny. And this is in the order of the zodiac signs. I haven't shuffled it yet. Gemini, Interesting that we have a green there for Gemini. Cancer, nice feminine feeling with that pink. Leo, and the sun, so, and a more yang sign. So we have more brilliant colors there to go with the sun and with Leo. Virgo. Seems like a lot of the more feminine ones have more blues and greens, but not entirely, as you will see. Okay. Like we have some blues here with Libra, but this feels more like a very cool blue that evokes some kind of feeling of equilibrium, which is good for Libra, the sign of the scales. Compare that to Scorpio. And notice, you know, there's a similarity, I think, with the Scorpio and with the Aries. This is deeper, like almost a little black in that red. But Aries and Scorpio, classically speaking, are both ruled by Mars, so. Sagittarius does have kind of an expansive feeling to these shades of purple and violet to go with the Jupiter-ruled sign of Sagittarius. Capricorn. I love how this feels both earthy and like it has energy and growth to it. Since Capricorn is an earth sign, but also a cardinal earth sign, so it initiates the season of winter. Aquarius. More of a cool, detached feeling here. Pisces. And just a slight shift in shade from Aquarius to Pisces, but this does feel more feminine to me. Another one of my favorite colors, aqua. And I am Pisces rising. Okay. And here we are on the phases of the moon. New moon. Which, by the way, everybody, happy new moon in Gemini. Maybe that's why I'm filming my first ever walkthrough, is that we are about to have a new moon in Gemini. It's not quite here, it's balsamic, but feeling that new thrust of energy. Waxing crescent moon. First quarter moon. Waxing gibbous moon. Well, of course you can read these yourself. Full moon. Let's try to zoom in on that white there. There we go. Waning gibbous moon. Last quarter moon. Waning crescent. And that, we don't have a balsamic moon or some of the other even smaller phases or slices. We have those 8, so the waning crescent is the last in this deck. Compared to another deck that I just ordered recently, which is hopefully on its way, which is the Spirit de la Lune. I know they break it into every single day of the moon cycle for that. Okay, here we go. Sun. So, onto the quote-unquote planets. The sun is included as a planet in astrology. I'm trying to see if this will focus. But again, we have more of the reds, the brilliant colors. Very like Leo. There we go. Earth. I do find those colors very grounding. Mercury, the changeable planet. I love how this might be the only one that has really all those different colors in it. That feels appropriate somehow for Mercury. All right. Venus. Got like a very earthy shade of orange here. Mars. And see what I mean about these reds kind of going with the feeling of Scorpio and Aries, this Mars color. Pluto. Somehow, even though this is not the most intensive shades, I do feel the depth of intensity with this Pluto card here. Jupiter. So I guess this is not actually originally in order of just how far they are from the sun. Mostly, but I don't think I moved the Pluto card. Not that it matters, because I will be shuffling them soon enough, most likely. Saturn. Planet of boundaries, restriction, definition. Uranus. Planet of freedom, individuality, ruler of Aquarius, and again I'm seeing similar color scheme to Aquarius here. And then similar, also like the Aquarius and the Pisces were similar but different. Same with Uranus and Neptune. There's Neptune. But definitely more Piscean feeling with this card. And then here are the extra cards, the ones that have been added in the second edition. I love these eclipse cards. You just feel kind of this portal, this energetic shifting portal that is the energy of eclipse. Lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Chiron. The wounded healer. The mentor. Ceres, also known as Demeter. The Great Mother. Nurturer. The harvest. Alright. Juno. Interesting. Actually, these colors remind me a little bit of the colors for Mercury. Juno is, goddess of heaven, wife of Zeus. Has to do with committed relationships, dedication. Vesta, keeper of the sacred flame. I love how there's this smoldering, fiery feel to Vesta there. Pallas, daughter of Zeus, Pallas Athena. Lilith. I love working with the Black Moon Lilith. Oh, I love how that looks against the backdrop. Deep intensity to her, too. Feminine intensity, and yet it almost a little feeling like that Mars, like it could erupt. Hygeia. It's about getting our health in order. There we go. Eris, goddess of discord. But I think Eris also has to do with our own individual integrity and sort of a crusader for truth, for the individuality of not taking someone else's path as your path, not abiding by the rules of society or any kind of false pretenses of society. Less about rage like Lilith, more about refusing to play the game. Now, these last two are not ones that I've worked with, so I'm curious to investigate them more. How beautiful. And maybe start incorporating them into my astrology practice. Psyche. See if it'll focus. There we go. beautiful goddess energy there. And Eros, passion. That one reminds me of a lollipop. I like how we have a little Cupid arrow through the heart going on there. All right, so those are all of the cards. I didn't count how many, and I don't exactly remember, although it feels like maybe 40 some. And they're about tarot size, so I think they'll be easy enough for me to shuffle. They fit into my hand nicely. They're not as big as like oracle cards tend to be. And I'm not going to try and shuffle on the camera, but because I will probably knock into the camera. I am not experienced, but I'm just shuffling a little bit back here, and it seems to shuffle pretty easily. So there we have it. The Arcana of Astrology. And really looking forward to working with these. I also thought it would be very nice to, you know, do layouts for some of my astrological clients. And, you know, especially involving the planets or the asteroids in the signs. You know, like make little groupings of them. So, or to take pictures of these cards when I write astrological posts on Instagram and so on. So, yeah, so the Arcana of Astrology, and glad I had a chance to show it to you guys. Excited to work with this and get to know it better. I have a number of other astrology decks and kind of more coming, and also decks related to the moon. So if you're interested in hearing, you know, kind of generally or just seeing my collection related to those things, because it's something I specialize in, you know, let me know. Or if you have any other comments or questions about this, I'd be happy to answer them. And again, Jennifer Party, nice to do this for you guys, and my first walkthrough for YouTube, and I hope you all have a good rest of the weekend. Happy new moon in Gemini. Bye.